On today's video, Moctezuma and Trajan join Rise of Kingdoms, and in this video we're going to go over them very briefly and then tell you why these commanders are actually amazing for Rise of Kingdoms right now. I'm stoked that they're coming out, and it's not because of what you think. If you want to know why, stay tuned and more. We're also going to talk about how this indeed confirms the changes that are coming into Rise of Kingdoms and the way the game is going to be played in the future, so sit back, slap a like on the video, and let's go. Hey there YouTube, welcome back to Gekko Gaming. Moctezuma and Trajan are coming out in Rise of Kingdoms. As a matter of fact, they're already out in Kingdom 2, and we have a Mightiest Governor with Moctezuma coming up very briefly. Before we start all this video, though, don't forget to drop a like on the video, and of course, hit that subscribe down below. And of course, let me know in the comments, what do you think about these commanders? What do you think about my thought process about them and all that good stuff? So let's get started. Let's read through the commanders very briefly through their skills and all that, and then I'll tell you exactly why they are really, really good for the game. Yes, that's right, they really are. So Moctezuma is a leadership, peacekeeping, skill commander who says, "The sea of the sky welcomes our arrival." Well, I welcome your arrival too. The first skill, Land of the Prickly, requires 1,000 rage, and it's an active skill, deals direct damage factor to the current target, damage factor of 600 without a space, and reduces their counterattack damage for by 3% for 4 seconds. 1,400 damage factor is the max we see, and 15% counter damage reduction for 4 seconds at the max level. The second skill being the barbarian hunting skill, the peacekeeping skill, Flower War. Troops led by this commander deal 10% increased damage to the barbarians. Both commanders gain 5% increased experience. Attacks against barbarians have a 10% chance to reduce the target's health by 20% for 3 seconds, and this effect can only be triggered once every 3 seconds. So this goes up to 50% damage, 25% extra XP, and 50% health reduction for barbarians. And neutral troops, nope, barbarians, which is interesting. Troops led by this commander gain 2% increased march speed and 5% increased attack on the Jaguar Warrior skill when performing normal attack against a target that's inflicted with damage reduced health debuff. That was a mouthful. Troops led by this commander get a healing factor of 300 all the way up to 700, and this effect can be triggered once every 5 seconds. March speed up to 10%, attack bonus up to 20%, and again, healing factor to 700. Triple Alliance, when this commander launches a rally, and the troop capacity of the rally is increased by 2% all the way up to 10%. When troops led by this commander have take skill damage, they deal a direct damage factor of 300 all the way up to 600. This effect can be triggered once every 5 seconds. So if you're getting hit by multiple sources, only the first one is going to hit you, is going to take damage back. And then for 4 seconds, any other peeps that hit you with skill damage will not take any extra damage. Okay? And the expertise makes Triple Alliance even better, which is really weird considering usually the first skill is the one that gets enhanced. But in here, the fourth skill is the one getting enhanced. And that is you're going to be doing more direct damage factor, and it's going to take less time. So now it's 4 seconds instead of 5. And that's Moctezuma. Let's breeze through this Aztec Eagle and go towards the Optimus Prime, aka Optimus Princeps. Trajan and this fabled Babylon, I see not but rubbish and ruins. Well, technically, I live in what is considered Babylon nowadays. So, hey, joke's on you. By the way, I don't know if you guys noticed it, but this is the same exact player model as Richard I. If you go take a quick peek, you'll notice that the build of these two guys is pretty much the same thing. They have changed the cosmetics a little bit, but the basic player model is the same. So it's cool that they created generic enough player models in the beginning to be able to then just reskin them almost and change a little bit their setup. And I mean, switch the hands and you're pretty much in the same shape, right? So that's cool that they did that. It's really interesting. And I really love the bear, by the way. And that claw hanging here is dope. Anyway, Trajan is a leadership versatility support commander, and as I mentioned, or may have not, Moctezuma is the Mightiest Governor commander, and Trajan is the wheel commander. Is that a good thing? Absolutely. I'll show you why in a second. So leadership versatility support commander that has a Trajan's column skill, active skill damage, rage requirements is 1,000, deals direct damage to current target from 100 to 300 max. Wow. Troops led by this commander, all nearby allies gain 10% increased skill damage for 3 seconds and rage regen for 15 per second. However, incoming damage is increased by 25% for 3 seconds. So direct damage factor up to 300, and then you increase its skill damage for 3 seconds plus rage restore for 40, all the way up to 40 rage restore every second, but you also take more damage. Not attack, damage. Okay, I guess that's not necessarily the best trade-off out there, considering damage is both attack, counter-attack, skill damage, everything. Taking a lot of damage for a little bit of extra buffs. And those buffs are on a skill damage only, plus rage regen for skill damage, so don't seem too good to me. Troops led by this commander gain 5% increased defense. Health is increased by 5% while outside of territory. I don't think you'll ever leave a city, Trajan, so I don't know about those health buffs. All the way up to 20% both health and defense buffs. Great Expedition. Troops led by this commander gain 2% increased troop capacity. When troops led by this commander consist of 3 or more different unit types, oh my goodness, they deal additional direct damage to the current target when an active skill is used, all the way up to 300 damage, and increase the damage dealt to the target by 5% for 3 seconds. So damage increase all the way up to 20%, direct damage all the way up to 300, and 10% troop capacity on skill 3. Battle of Tepe, passive skill. While on the map, normal attacks grant troops a stack of 2% increased defense all the way up for 10 seconds. The duration resetting each time a new stack is gained stacks up to 10 times, which is 60% at the max. And this effect can be triggered at most once every 8 seconds. So every 8 seconds, you're essentially going to gain another stack, all the way up to 60%, 10 total, 80 seconds worth of these stacks. It'll go away, and it'll reset again and again. That's a lot of defense, 60%. But for all the rest of the other skills, this is absolutely abysmal. And finally, enhancing Trajan's column. A little bit more damage factor. Some nice increase increase skill damage by another 5%. Another 10 rage per second. So another 30 rage. And not an increase on how much damage you're taking. We went over these commanders super briefly because honestly, these two commanders are absolutely and utterly useless as far as I can see. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments down below what you think, but I think they're completely useless and I love it. And here's why. For the very long time, Rise of Kingdoms was all about the latest and greatest meta. You have to get the latest and greatest meta. You have to get the latest commanders. You have to expertise them. You have to go, 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 go. And yes, in theory, you could win the first Mightiest Governor or get the commander unlocked in the first Mightiest Governor and then have 6 weeks worth of a break where you don't need to do Mightiest Governors. On the other hand, you could keep doing them if you want to do it. When it comes to wheels, you could just unlock and that's it, or just spin 100 times and that's it, or only spin the one wheel and that's it, of course. But reality dictates that we all spawned a lot of wheels and we all tried to get as many sculptures as we could out of Mightiest Governor. However, Lilith are changing how Mightiest Governor works and how the Wheel of Fortune works as well. As you remember, they made it now so that you can pick which commander you want to spin for or you want a Mightiest Governor for. And this is why I think these commanders are really, really, really good. Why? Because you finally have commanders you can skip. That is right. I would honestly skip on both of these and you now have 3 to 4 wheels and 4 Mightiest Governors worth of commanders that you're absolutely not going to need, period. And you can focus on commanders that you do need. This is a breathing room that Lilith gave us. That's exactly what these guys are, in my opinion. They seem to me like breathing rooms, and they seem to me like commanders that for the first time ever, people are not going to unlock all commanders. And why? Based on how Lilith worded it, you're going to have to pick which commander you're spinning for or doing Mightiest Governor for in the beginning of the event, and from there, all of the event is going to be that. Which one of you is going to pick Trajan to spin the wheel? When you can spin for any other commander, why would you pick Trajan for the 10 legendary commander sculptures that come out for $5? Take those gems and spin for another commander and you'll get the 10 sculptures. Why do you need generics? You know, you're going to tell me, oh, but what about future commanders that I don't have yet available and I want to have the legendary commanders available just in case a new one comes out and I have legendaries commons. It's 10 for $5 for crying out loud. I wouldn't bother picking this dude. I wouldn't bother picking that dude. Now, unfortunately, and fortunately, really, in K2, these commanders are going to come out before the change. So we are going to have a Mightiest Governor that is Moctezuma and probably another one. So I might get him just to get him to push a little bit of troops because that's what we do during Mightiest Governor, just to get him. But if I could choose, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no, I don't pick this guy. And so I do like these commanders because they are breathing rooms. Liliths are now allowing us to have some commanders that are skippable without harming us too much and allowing us to pick other very important commanders. Now, granted, you can say, oh, but Gekko, we tend to specialize on one type of troop. And so when we specialize on one type of troop, I can skip the other two types. You can. But now, you're giving up on potential commanders that you could still use. For example, Alexander the Great is fantastic with YSG as well, which are the two number one, well, YSG then Alexander are the obvious commanders that you should be expertising first. But what if you want a little bit more diversity? You know, you're a cavalry commander, but how many cavalry marches can you have? When you have this, you can potentially go for a wheel a wheel that'll give you Guan instead of a wheel that'll give you Trajan. 3 of them, you get your Guan to 5511. Very useful. Why not? And so I really like these 2 new commanders. I think that the future of Rise of Kingdoms is going to shift and we're not going to be unlocking every single commander anymore. We're going to use Card King to unlock commanders that are like these guys, wasted, but we still want to unlock. But the Wheel and Mightiest Governor are actually going to change now, and the latest and greatest are not necessarily going to be the ones getting picked always. Granted, when the new cavalry commanders comes out, infantry, archers, we'll probably more than likely pick those. But these guys are a breathing room, and I love it. What do you guys think? Leave me a comment down below and let me know. I'm Gekko. I'm out of here. Appreciate every single of you again who dropped a like on this video and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you all sooner rather than later. Tomorrow on stream, by the way, if you're still here, which the majority of you are already way gone, we're going to do both Card King and Esmeralda on 2 accounts. It's going to be a lot of fun. This Esmeralda right here gave us 3 legendary commanders, 3 legendary materials for free on the first spin. So, whoo, thank the Lord. We'll see how she does tomorrow. And hopefully K2 doesn't go into KVK. I mean, Lilith, you guys told us we don't have to until the beginning of March. Why are we getting a season starting? Thank God we didn't register. So we should be fine. Take care and have a great rest of your day and see you on stream tomorrow, probably 5 p.m. UTC. Take care and have a good one. Peace.